Confidence is one of the most important character that a person should have. If you see a person who is speaking with a lot of confidence, you will listen to that person. And if you see a person who is standing there and speaking something utterly nonsensical, you will not hear to that or listen to that. So it's very important that you will always speak with confidence. You'll always walk with confidence. You'll always talk with confidence. And you'll always do everything with amount of confidence. And where do that confidence come from? It's coming from your side. It's you who will treat you as a hero of yourself. And unless you do that, you'll never be self-motivated. You'll never be self-confident. Because in this cruel world, nobody is going to tell you that you are good. Nobody is going to appreciate your work. No matter what good you are doing, how good you are doing, people will always try to blame you for your mistakes. So it's always you need to treat yourself as a hero. Because you set your goals, you achieve your goals, and once you achieve the goals, you'll credit yourself. And you'll see yourself as one of your heroes. And once you start thinking of that, it will boost up your confidence sky high. So if you want to know 5 most important tips that can help your confidence to boost high, this is the right place for you. So stay tuned and watch the video. Okay, tip number 1 to be self-confidence. The tip number 1 for being really confident about yourself is your body language. And that is the first impression that a person will get once they are seeing you or look at you. Let's say you are going for an interview, and it may happen many a times, like in any places, not necessarily an interview, in any places, it's a mall, in a public place, whenever you're seeing people well groomed and dressed nicely, you think that person is really confident about. And we always think like that. It's not necessarily that we have to talk to that person or things like that, but it feels like that person is confident, that person is smart. Now the reason for that on-spot smartness and confidence is the body language, is the dress that person is wearing, and is the way that person is standing, the way the person is looking at other people, and if the person speaks, the way he talks or she talks. Those are the very, very important things that you always need to achieve. So while you are going for any other places, it's not necessarily that you have to wear very, what we can say, pricey clothes. It's not like that. It's simply a simple arrangement of the dress and simple makeup that you should go up with. But it should be dressed nicely, and your body posture should be straight when you're standing, because you have to stand tall whenever you're talking to the other people, and also you have to look at their eyes whenever you're talking to them. Because here right now I'm talking directly to this lens, so that all of you can think that I'm actually talking to you. I can talk to the screen where the video is recorded. So if I talk like this, and if I talk like something like standing like this, and if I talk like you have to be confident, you have to be really good, and things like that, you will not probably listen to it, probably change the channel. That's not the case. The thing here is I have to tell you something, because if I make myself clear, if I state something good, and if I state something really, really strong, doesn't matter whether it's true or false, people will listen. That's the idea. So think about that. Your body language, your posture is really, really important to make a good impression in the first sense. Okay, the second important tips to be self-confident is thinking of positive thoughts and killing all the negative thoughts that you have. You know, many a times we all have good thoughts and bad thoughts. We have good memories and bad memories associated to all of our works. We're not proud of many things that we have done. We're really proud of few things that we have done. So it doesn't matter whether you have very few things to proud of, but always cherish those moments. Think of those moments when you're preparing for something. Because you know, whenever the people you're talking to the other people, and as I told you, this whole world is going to destroy your confidence. They're going to just tell you your mistakes and all these things. Nobody's going to much appreciate you for what you do and what you are. They'll try to change yourself and things like that. So it's very important to stop that noise and think of yourself and think of only those good moments that you have, your good establishments and accomplishments throughout your life, and cherish those moments. Think of those moments every time you're preparing for something big. That's going to immensely boost your confidence. That if you have done that earlier, you will again do that in the future. That's always very, very beneficial. And if there's any negative thought that you have, you need to tackle this in a way, because you think of yourself that you prepared. For example, if you're a student and going for an exam, you may be very much feared for that exam. Everybody is. But let's say you're preparing for that exam almost 1 year in advance. So you are well ahead of the start of any other person. So even though they are fearing this exam, but you should not, because you know yourself, you know you have been preparing for more than 1 year. So in that case, think of the scenario that you are involved with. Don't think of you as any other person of this whole population. Think of yourself that you are doing it on your own. So always, that's going to help you boosting your confidence sometimes. Okay, tip number 3 to become confident. And the reason here that I'm talking about tip number 3 is simply whenever you're talking to some person, whenever you're talking for stating your view, in that case you'll always think that whatever view that you're stating, whether it's worth sharing or whether it's offensive or it's okay to talk about. Think logically. If you think there's a logical statement that you're going to provide, always present it. Don't think about anything else, that whether it's going to hurt that person or think like that. Never think like that, because if you know that that's logical to ask, that's logical to put as a view, you can always do that. Now, if you think that might hurt the person that you are saying, or that might be offensive to that person to say, in that case you should not say that. You should not say those things. Other than that, if that's logical to say, always say it. Don't be shy, because shyness sometimes is an indication for not being too much confident, because people tend to speak less if they are not knowing much thing about the stuff. So it's a thing, you should not speak really fast or should not be shy in that case. You should speak in a slower tone, but with a proper way of representing. And that's kind of a thing that you should always prepare by watching the videos that I'm posting in my channel. I have other videos to show you how to represent yourself properly to any person that is there in front of you. No matter whether that person is superior than you, no matter that person is inferior than you, or in the same zone as you are. Because whenever you're speaking, if it's about talking to some person, that's one thing. If it's about a normal conversation starter with the friends, that's quite easy for all of us, because we have a comfortable zone with that person. But what happens if you start talking to some person you don't know? In that case, you need to break the ground rules. And in that case, you need to think, why would those people will listen to you? Why they are listening to you? Because as I'm speaking to all of you, I know that people will listen because I'm stating something worth listening to. And I know about that. That's why it gives me confidence of talking about this stuff to all of you. So think about always that whatever you're sharing is worth sharing, whatever you're sharing, whether it's good enough for people to listen, and they will listen. And whenever you have the stage, you have the person to talk about, you are the one where the limelight is, you are the one who will only say and other people will listen. In that case, you should know you have the time, you have the con, so you will say, other people will listen. Now the tip number 4. Tip number 4 here is to empowering yourself with knowledge, because if you know many things, that is going to immensely boost your confidence. And I'll tell you that to learn at least one thing every single day throughout your rest of your life. And if you keep that thing as a goal in your mind, I think you will slowly improve your confidence in your life. Because I find it very much extremely helpful for myself. Because I always set a goal that I will learn something new at least every single day. If it's not possible for every single day, go for like every single week, you'll learn something new. It's not necessarily that it should be really big thing to know. It can be as simple as knowing to put a wire through a nail, things like that. But still, there is something that you should know. There is something new that you should know which you never knew in the yesterday. So that's always beneficial. Like whatever easy that job is, whatever simple that thing is, but you know something new every single day, and that's going to add up for 365 days a year. For rest of the years of your lifespan, you are going to know so many things. That's going to tell you, and that's going to always help you to boost your confidence, that I know all these things, so definitely I can do. That's always important. Because you know the most important thing about the confidence, if you don't have self-confidence, self-motivation, then you can't say that yes, I can do it. You'll always say maybe, I don't know, maybe I can, maybe I don't. But actually, people love to see the answers. Yes, I can. If you're applying for a job, people will ask you that this is the amount of responsibility you're going to take. Can you? The answer should be prompt. Yes, I can. And I know what I have to do and I will do that. It's not like I have to think maybe, I don't know, don't do that. And usually it's not your fault, because if you're confident enough, the answer should always come. Yes, I can. Because you know yourself better than anyone. And here we come with the tip number 5, is knowing yourself. That is the biggest thing that we always escape, we never think of. We always think, who are we to think about ourselves? We'll think about other people think about us. But actually, you know yourself better than anybody in the whole world, even better than your parents. You are with yourself. You know what are the things you are good at, what are the things you're bad at. So you know the things that you have to work hard to achieve. You know what things that you can achieve really easily. You know what things you love. You know what things you don't love. So go for those things. You know yourself, respect yourselves, think yourself as a person that you admire. Do things that makes it happen and makes it possible that you should admire yourself. Do some good work, do some charity work, help other people. And it's actually said that 2 hours a week, if you help other people, it's kind of immensely boosts the productivity of yours, as well as it boosts your confidence by 30%. And it's a scientific study that's already proven. So think of it, 2 hours a week, if you help other people for other jobs, other things, that is going to boost your confidence level. So think about it, because the goal here is to think yourself as your own idol. You think yourself as a person you can trust, as a person you can admire. If you're good to yourself, every single day if you go to sleep thinking of yourself as a person that you can salute and look at, then you'll believe, yes, you have accomplished something. Because your challenge is only with yourself, and your biggest enemy is the mirror. Because if you look at the mirror and you see a reflection, and that reflection, you need to think that reflection should never be greater than you. The reflection, whatever was yesterday, should be better the day after. And that's the job that you need to do. That's the thing we all need to task. At the end of the day, if you look at that reflection in the mirror and can say, good job, then you know your life is good. So if you like this video, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my channel to get more and more self-help videos like that will help you to boost your confidence, and many more other videos.